I've worked a lot of crappy jobs in my life, but the one that still wakes me up at 3 a.m., sweating like a sinner in church, was the night shift security gig out at Raven Ridge construction site. And before you think I'm exaggerating or making up ghost stories for attention, trust me, I wish to God I was. This happened about 3 years ago, way the hell outside, where the land's just flat dirt and sagebrush for miles until you hit mountains so dark at night they look like blacked out teeth on the horizon. The job wasn't supposed to be complicated. Just watch the site, the supervisor told me. Make sure no idiots come in and steal copper wiring. Easy money, I thought. Turns out, thieves weren't the thing I needed to worry about. Not even close. The first night, I got to the site around 11:45 p.m., giving myself time to settle in before my shift officially started at midnight. The construction area was massive, steel ribs sticking out of the dirt, scaffolding everywhere, giant earth movers lined up like sleeping dinosaurs. But what hit me first wasn't the size, it was the silence. Not quiet, silence. You ever been somewhere so still the air feels thick, like cotton shoved in your ears? Yeah, that kind of silence. No wind, no chirping, no engines, just an emptiness so loud it almost buzzed. The guard trailer sat by the main gate, little box with cold fluorescent lights, old coffee smell, and a microwave that looked like it had been through war, and a panel of monitors showing every camera across the site. I signed my name on the roster sheet, set my thermos down, and did a quick scan of the screens. Nothing moving. Not even dust. Guess it'll be a boring night, I muttered. I was wrong. Around 12:32 a.m., I stepped outside for my first perimeter check. Night shift routine. Walk the edges, check the locks, shine your light into places where raccoons or drunks might hide. But out here, there weren't even raccoons, not a single animal track in the dirt. I started at the east fence, crunching gravel under my boots. My flashlight beam cut across bare ground and steel beams. Everything looked normal until I got halfway down the fence line. That's when I saw it. Something was standing at the far corner, right where the fence dipped into a little trench of shadow. Looked like a person. My heart jumped. "Hey," I shouted. "Site's closed. You gotta leave." But as soon as the light hit that corner, nothing. No person, no shadow, no footprints. Just empty fence. I stood there a full minute, breath fogging, trying to convince myself it was just my eyes playing tricks. Night shift hallucinations happen. Happens to everyone. I finished the loop and headed back to the trailer, chalking the whole thing up to nerves. That's when the radio crackled. A voice whispered through static, thin, high, like a kid speaking underwater. "Help me!" The hairs on my arms shot straight up. "Who is this? Identify yourself." The radio hissed. Then, "Run!" Then silence. I stared at the radio for a long time, my pulse hammering. There sure as hell weren't supposed to be kids out here. And yet, that voice sounded so damn close.
The site had a massive excavation area, 30 feet deep, big enough for the foundation of whatever warehouse they planned to build. Camera 4 watched the pit, and when I checked the monitors again, I noticed camera 4 was glitching like crazy. Static, shapes, something moving. Could have been a shadow, could have been my mind, but I had to check it. It's what they paid me for. I grabbed my jacket, flashlight, and made my way toward the pit. The deeper I got into the site, the quieter everything got. The generator hum faded behind me until it felt like the whole world was holding its breath. The floodlight above the pit was out, completely dead. I think it'd been fine 20 minutes ago. "Anyone down there?" I called. My voice echoed off steel beams. Then I heard it. That same voice from the radio. Soft, trembling. Help me. This time it came from inside the pit. I angled the flashlight downward, and there, standing barefoot on dirt, was a little boy, maybe 8, wearing a thin hospital gown that fluttered in a wind I couldn't feel. His skin looked pale in the beam, too pale. Jesus Christ, I whispered. Kid, stay right there, I'm coming. He looked up at me slowly, head tilting in this strange, slow motion kind of way. The shadows hid his eyes. Help me. Training kicks in whether you're ready or not. I started climbing down the ramp. The dirt was loose, slipping under my boots. Halfway down, the flashlight flickered. I tapped it. It died. Pitch black swallowed the pit. Then the voice came again, right behind me. You came. I spun so fast I lost my footing, slid the rest of the way down, and landed hard enough to knock the air out of my lungs. I scrambled around in the dark, heart pounding. The flashlight flickered back on. The pit was empty. No kid, no footprints, no movement. Just me, alone, underground, in the dark.
I climbed out of the pit faster than I care to admit. When I got back to the trailer, the door was wide open, swaying in the dead air. I'd locked it. I was damn sure I'd locked it. Inside, every monitor was flickering, and on each one, a figure stood just out of frame. An elbow, a shoulder, part of a face, like someone was leaning right up against each camera. Then camera 4 shifted from static to a clear image. A face pushed through the glitchy haze. Not a kid's face, not even human. The skin looked stretched too tight, eyes pure black, a mouth stretched into a long, jagged smile that seemed too wide for a skull. My radio erupted with screams, whispers, cries, dozens of voices overlapping like a nightmare choir. The monitors blacked out. That was it. I was done. I grabbed my keys, bolted to my truck, and floored it out of that place, gravel spitting behind me. But as I tore down the dirt road toward the highway, I saw something in my rearview mirror that nearly made me crash the truck. All the lights on sight flicked back on at once, bright as day. And in the middle of the sight stood a small figure, the boy, just watching, head tilted in that same unnatural way. I didn't slow down.
The second shift. Yeah, I was dumb enough to go back. I should have quit. Should have blocked the company number, packed my bags, and moved states. But rent was due, bills were stacking up, and the company called me the next morning acting like nothing happened. Just a generator malfunction, they said. Probably animals messing with equipment. Animals. Sure. But I needed the paycheck, so I went back the next night. The site looked normal when I arrived. Light steady, air warm, generator humming. But the second I stepped into the trailer, I felt that same wrongness in my bones, like the place remembered me. I sat down, sipped my coffee, and stared at the monitors, jumpy as hell. For the first hour, nothing happened. No whispers, no glitches. I started thinking maybe I'd imagined everything. Then, around 2:17 a.m., camera 6, pointed at an unfinished hallway, showed something move, slow, deliberate. A shadow slid across the concrete floor. Nobody to cast it, just a shadow. My throat went dry. Then camera 3 by the tool shed picked up movement too. Something tall, thin, moving with jerky, unnatural steps, like his joints weren't arranged right. I leaned closer to the monitor. The figure stopped, turned his head toward the camera, and grinned. That same too-wide smile. The radio crackled to life. "You came back." I stood up so fast the chair slammed into the wall. "Nope, nope, nope," I whispered, grabbing my stuff. I was halfway out the door when the lights across the site all died again. Complete darkness. Then, a distant metallic clanging, like something huge climbing the steel beams. Then footsteps in the gravel, soft at first, then faster, running, straight toward the trailer. I didn't look, didn't breathe. I dove into my truck, slammed the door, ripped out of the lot so fast I nearly fishtailed into a ditch. As the headlights swept across the steel frame of the building, I saw it. A shape crouched up near the top, perched like a spider, head twisting around to follow my truck. Black eyes, smiling. Always smiling.
I quit that job the next morning. Didn't give notice, didn't go back for my last paycheck. They called a few times, but I ignored them. A month later, I read online that construction at Raven Ridge halted after multiple unexplained accidents. Workers disappearing, equipment failing, strange sightings. The company shut the whole project down, fenced it off, and walked away like it never existed. Good. Some things shouldn't be built on. Some places don't want to be disturbed. But even now, sometimes my home radio picks up static, soft, whispering, like a child speaking underwater. And every time, the same words echo through that broken hiss. You came back.